What is a menu in UI design? In context of user interface or UI design, a menu is a navigational element that provides a list of options or commands for users to choose from. Menus are crucial for any application's website or device as they help organize content and actions in a way that's easy to understand and interact with. So let's talk about navbar. Navbar, or short for navigation bar, is the key component of user interface that provides users with a set of links or controls to navigate between different sections or pages of a website, application, or platform. It is typically located on the top of web page or application, but can also placed at the bottom or on the side of a page. So let's move on to the next part, which is types of menus in UI design. So we have drop-down menu, then hamburger menu, a sidebar menu, and then context menu, and tab menu, then toolbar menu, and a mega menu. Now these look very different, but in simpler terms, menu is something which has one single entry point, or let's say either it can be a text or an icon. And when someone clicks on it, any user clicks on it, it opens a screen or a drop down or any list sort of thing from where user can interact, navigate, or go on to any other page with the help of that link. So let's look at all these in a real life website. Let's look at Amazon. Before that, if you just look at it on this page itself, there are a lot of menus which you can see. For example, over here, it's a kebab menu and it opens this whole panel, right? Over here, we have a bento box menu and it opens these many things. So starting from here itself, you have a lot of things to navigate. Now this is something tab, or we can also say tab menu, which segregates your different search results. Now if you go on to this link and now look here, we have hamburger menu. It opens the list of categories from where user can navigate. Okay, so hamburger menu, then you have a drop down menu over here or drop down menu over here opening in different form of other listing. Like this is something which is timeline based listing. Now this is something which is just my recent search history with along with certain promotion. Okay, now here we also have this drop down menu. Here we have drop down menu, right? Now these are again tabs which very much we are familiar with. Again, these are also a quick links, or this whole bar is a sub menu of this page. So yeah, lot of varieties in menu, right? And if you can think about it, like everything we just see over here in the list is present on our day-to-day life website or app, and we have to just notice. Contextual menu is something which you might be thinking that what it is. Then it is something which appears when you click on it. For example, if I go to this website, I right click on this and it gives me a contextual menu list. Let's go back to this file and see what contextual menu gives it. So if I right click here, it gives me these many options, but if I right click on here, it gives me these many options, right? So now these are contextual menus which opens on right click or any other action. So I think that's clear to you that what is contextual menu, and it is mostly used in form of kebab menu or meatball menu. So we'll look at that in a while. Let's look at our menu and mega menu designs. And I was going through different links and I found this library in which there are a lot of varieties of drop downs menu which they have presented. So this is one format where they have segregated this in terms of bigger grid, and they have categorized it based on like resources, companies, and then again resources. This is another design. As you can see, it's quite organized. This is another one. And again, as you can see, the right hand side options are changing. So these are pretty cool actually. Look at this one. Such a mega menu. You have a lot of things on the left to navigate through. You have blog articles where you can click here directly, read something about it, and go on to different one. Also, in terms of mega menu, let's look at Myntra. Okay, so here we have our mega menu, lot of options. That's about our mega menu. Let's move on to our next section. Okay, so navigation menu bar variation or nav bar variations. So one variation is this one where we have logo on the left. Then we have our menus over here, which is aligned left. And then we have few CTAs, which is aligned right. Now there are options where website chooses to keep their menus in the center or logo in the center, menu on the left. And sometimes we have hidden menu in hamburger, and on the top we have search. Now this is something which is very much similar to our YouTube, and in fewer cases we definitely see this banner strip on the top of menu, and we sometimes see a sub menu. So when, let's say, someone clicks on this resources, now these are like sub menus, but not in form of a drop down menu, but in form of strip that changes the whole page based on wherever you are clicking. Logos, vectors, oh sorry, it should be vectors, and icons, images, video clips, UI templates, and design system. Moving on to our next section, we have top nav bar variations, and these are for our mobile devices. And as you can see, we have a hamburger menu over here, and a user icon over here, and then logo in the middle. Then we have again with search and bell icon, and then user icon. Then again, these are just the variations. All right. This is slider menu, which opens some sort of filter where you have option to control the sliders. And these are such. I mean, it can be as many as you want, many variations, but these are something which came into my mind, and I have been observing all these on various different apps and websites. Let's move on to our next section, which are different menu icons and their uses. Now, uses is pretty simple. Okay, each one is a menu, and then they open a list or a page or a feature, right? These have slightly different function. So hamburger menu, it's a simpler one. All of you are aware about this hamburger menu, and it opens a list of links for navigation. Now, fries menu is very much similar to hamburger, but it is not just one form of navigation. It can have certain function. For example, you want to switch on night mode or dark mode, and it's inside your menu, but it's not navigating, right? So there is a variation in your list. One is for navigation, one is for function. It can vary for other things. It's just a representation that user is going to find little bit of variation inside this listing, right? So that's where we use fries menu. Then we have strawberry menu, and it is something which we generally relate to filters, right? It performs certain function, and it opens a list of certain functionalities such as filters. And then we have slider menu. Again, it is similar to this one, list of functions over here, but with a slider input. It is generally used with filters. Now we have bento menu icon, and it opens not a list but a grid from which a user can navigate. And next we have kebab menu, and this kebab menu is generally contextual in nature. That means all related links will be there, and it performs certain action. For example, we saw a list on Google itself, Google search result, similar with the meatball, but again, meatball is also used for not only contextual related links but unrelated links as well, such as in a menu bar. If, let's say, if this sub menu bar goes on and exceeds the limit, we can convert the last one into meatball menu and place all other sub menu inside that meatball menu, and we can have a label adjacent to it saying more. Okay, so we can do that. And yeah, that's about your menus and icons. Now, coming to last section, let's create an interactive menu. Okay. Now our navbar is ready, and I have made it interactive as well as responsive. Now this is not fully responsive as I have shown it in my other videos, but for the fact that it is simple and responsive in this manner, it works in most of your website cases. Now let's look at its interaction, and for that let's say its prototype. So this is our page, and let's go over here. Oops, it's not working yet. Okay, I forgot to put interaction in these components. So let me quickly put interaction in these ones. So on click, I want to change it to this one, and I want to smart animate, and same to the back. Okay. Now in this case, I want the same thing. I want it to smart animate and go back, or this one. Let's go back to its initial state. Okay. And in this case as well. Again, from here to here. All right. Now you might have been thinking why I'm putting it on click, not the hover, because this will show a lot of glitches. That's why I'm not giving them any interaction based on hover. And because the size is changing, it's not that it's not doing anything else, but its size is changing. And that's why like I'm not doing that interaction part. But definitely I can make this one interactive. Let's increase one more. Now these will interact. Okay, so let's go back to our file, go over here, and on click, look at this one. Okay, and similar with this one. So it's open the source and download. Okay, so yeah, it's working. Interaction is working. Good. And that's all for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. And also These were the things which normally we think about while creating a navbar. Now, in my next video, I'm going to talk about steppers. So if you like this video, please hit like and share and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.